Hello, this is Yo Sensei. In today's video, we are going to learn the basics of video editing using Adobe Premiere Pro. Video is an extremely effective way to tell a story for designers and artists. There are several techniques that you can use to get your video beyond iMovie. Okay, let's get started. First, you will open up Adobe Premiere Pro. And the first thing that you will do is to create a new project. And in here, you can browse and say in which folder you're going to be saving it to. And then put the name of project. Rust 2, and other than that, you can just keep all of the settings to be as is. Okay. So that's going to create a new file. And next thing that you need to do is create a new sequence. Sequence is like a file in Illustrator. Or composition in After Effects. Project is big container, and sequence is the actual file. And the first thing that you need to do is to create a preset. There are many presets in here that are not really quite tuned for Premiere. So this is the first block that people face. So you can go into settings and then click on I think you can scroll up to custom and then change the time base to 30 FPS. And typically when you're doing something cinematic, you can go with 24, but we will be doing some videos with digital renderings that has 30 FPS, so you can choose 30. And for 1080p, you want to go with 1920 by 1080. Make sure it's a square pixel, and no fields, 30 FPS, audio is fine. And on the video previews, you can just go with iframe only MPEG, and then everything else is good. So at this point, what you want to do is click on Save Preset, and then say 1080p and 30 FPS or something. And that will create this kind of custom preset that you can use for the next time, so you don't have to do this all over again. Okay, so when you actually get into Premiere, there is a series of preset window settings that you can find here. You can there is learning, assembly, editing, color, effects, audio, graphics, and And the first thing that we want to do is to run assembly, and then go into I will post a download link to this whole assets of things in the description section of this video, and you can download from there. So you can just drag this whole thing and then drop to it. So in terms of the music, when you use the music with copyrighted material, it's going to be rejected by YouTube. So I recommend you to go to bensounds.com for bensound.com, and then they have several free music are royalty free, so you can music. The selection of it is kind of okay, and there is paid site such as artlist.io, and this has a lot bigger range of royalty free music that you can buy. Okay, on this video, I have selected one music that is from artlist.io. the first thing that I like to do is to drag and drop this sound into audio track, and then kind of go into detail, and then we will find where the beats of this music kind of transitions. So this would be a good place to mark. So you can place a add marker. I will press M key on your keyboard. So you can find a good place. Add markers. That would be a good place. Good place to switch your and then you should always read this sound line to sound wave to find a good place to cut it. You can drag these time bar to like shrink and expand these. So also in this section, there is like a more interesting fast-paced transition. So that would be a cool way to translate, switch in this way. So first, I guess we can start with dropping subtitles. So I will start with dropping these graphics here. And then this file is a little bit bigger, so you can right click and then scale to frame size. Okay. Then you can press C key or this razor tool to cut this one, and then V or selection tool to delete this. Then right click and scale to frame size. And I'll cut this one. C to cut it, and then copy and paste. And then you can say drag to change this to, and then copy and paste, and then this should end. So what you're gonna get is that would be the first sequence, and then we can start dropping some of the videos. So this one is we can just pop in some of the kind of like nature. So, and then so we want to show contrast between natural object and artificial objects. And then in here, we can do something like so you want to expand and contract this bar quite a bit in order to Control and E. And then you can kind of like move it out and then copy and paste. So artificial nature, artificial, oops, in nature, Okay, so this is going to become something like this. Okay. Okay, now we can, so when you have this kind of situation where you have your video is on kind of vertical format, and you know, when you drop it here, it's going to show it as a vertical video. So when you have this kind of vertical video, what you can do is click on this and go to effects, and that's going to distort and transform. So you can drag and drop this transform into this, and then that's going to give you an opportunity to rotate this object by 90 degrees. Or you can just type with 90. Okay, and so that's going to and then I'm gonna cut this one here and go into editing and find another video that is going to be showing some contrast. And then I'm going to move my time frame to here and see. And so when you have this kind of transition, you could actually drop in a cross-fading transition as well. So you can go into effects and then find video transitions and then dissolve and use cross dissolve to drop it in. So video is going to smoothly transition into next session, which is nice. And then you can just do, you know, another cross dissolving here. And then cut this one here. And then use something like this. And I'm going to find a kind of good place for this video to start, so I can just cut it here and then delete and then move this whole thing. So I will cut this one a little bit more and then bring it back and kind of stop it here. Okay, so that's a basics of editing video, and sometimes you will have tripod camera, and then these are not very stable, so you can apply stabilization filter. So to stabilize your video, we will use warp stabilizer. So what you can do is go into effects workspace and then find under video effects, distort and warp stabilizer, or simply you can just type warp. Yeah. And then you can just drag and drop this effect into this, and then it's going to analyze your clip and make it stabilized. Okay, so now we have this. So this is with stabilization, and so this video is not, you know, very unstable to begin with, but it does its job. So that would be the basics of editing. And the last thing that I would like to cover is to create like a, you know, Instagram like effects on this video. So there are some under effects, there are lumetri presets that you can apply, and that is going to give you a really cool cinematic and you know, monochrome type of effects. So for example, if I drop this into here, it will instantly give you this kind of like really cool super highlighted tones. So Cinescape 50 is a really cool one, but we don't really want to keep doing this for every piece. So what you can do is go into File and then create new black video, and that is going to create this you know, dummy layer. So what you can do is just keep this as an entire length of the video, and then right click and then change it to adjustment layer by right clicking. So now this is a adjustment layer. You can just apply this effect into it. So this one's really nice. You can try you know, maybe monochrome. Monochrome punch is actually really nice. What it does is it's going to add on top of it. So you can either turn off Cinescape and just do monochrome, or you know, just only one. So that is going to give you okay. So the last step in this is for you to go to File and export this video as media, and the setting that you need to have is pretty much the same. Default setting will work, so you can just do format is H264, match source for the preset, and everything it should be fine. So you can just click on export or use Q for media encoder, or in this case we're just going to use you know, this one. And this will save this file. So I hope this was useful, and video editing is going to be a great tool for you to produce storytelling in your design. So please use this for your project. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.